Man, what's up, everybody? You're tuned in to another episode of Off the Yard. I'm your host, Big Lance. And as always, man, we talk about prison, stuff to do with prison, prisoners, and all the things. So get your popcorn, get your soda, man, and let's talk about it. Gladiator game, what's going on? So today we're talking about Big Pat. Big Pat was, if you're from Fredericksburg, Spotsylvania area, Bragg Hill-ish, it's one of the places that when I was young, I lived in. Weren't many white folks back then living there. I think mostly Spanish now. Well, this is during late 80s, early 90s. Crack epidemic is booming. Everybody was smoking crack. It was crazy. Tupac and Biggie were beefing. Just, it was a different time. A different time, man. Time doesn't seem to feel like it used to, right? Days seem to go a little bit faster. Sun looks different. Sky looks different. Everything's different. Anyway, I lived on Rand Court. Rand Court is, if you go into Bragg Hill, you go all the way to the back. This is a project. There's no rock quarry back there where the cops train. Deep sea diving and things like that. Well, Rand Court sits right back there. Across from it, there's some apartments. Now, excuse me. I apologize. It was almost comical, man. And not almost comical, it is comical to watch crackheads at work. They have their own swag about them. They don't care. They can run fast. They can steal fast. And what people tend to forget about people who are addicts. A lot of those people, they was gangsters, man, before they became addicts. Sure enough, savage individuals would take your life, right? This story is about such an individual. Now, Patrick, Big Pat as we used to call him, I would say he's about 6'4". At that time, he's maybe 270, 80, 300 pounds. Big guy, man, strong. Been to prison a bunch of times. Debo. He was Debo. Didn't look like him, face-wise or nothing, but he was big, man. He was real big. And didn't care. If it boiled down to him hurting you or him getting his whatever he needed, you're getting hurt. He was the type of individual that would rob you with his bare hands. He'd walk up on the dope boys, they'd see him coming, he would literally yoke them up and take their sack wherever they had it stashed. First couple of times Pat went down the road to prison, as we call it. 4 or 5 year bids. Well, he started messing with the boys early, man. Yeah, started messing with them. Now, we used to call them all types of things. Go get us. Go get us. We used to call them, like when the young boys were coming in, you knew off the break that they was getting ready to give it up. You call them come and get me's. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny to think about now, but it's really not funny. It's not funny to see, straight men turned into homosexuals because they're in prison, they're scared for their life, or they're hungry. It's not a reason to turn someone homosexual. And you should never, ever take anything from anybody, butthole included. That being said, Pat come home, and I'm so sorry. His medicine that I'm taking, it's got me just ran down. So Pat came home. Every time he come home, he get right back on the shit, right back on the shit, right back on the shit. Little jail stint here, prison bid here, go get big again. And he just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, man. I'm like, God damn, bro. So he'd slim out because he's, hitting that free base, get locked up. And I'm telling you, within 2 weeks, this dude would be 300 pounds, man. It's ridiculous, Yeah. I was all right with Pat, man. Pat never came to me like that, man. Not because he was at all intimidated by me. He knew my mama. And he had a little bit of respect for my mom. There had been an incident down there in Bragg Hill where my mom had stood on 10, man, and she's 4'11", dude. You know what I'm saying? We had just moved down here from the Bean, you know, in Massachusetts and Virginia, very different. So she stood on business. I give it that. So he had a little bit of respect for her and probably fancied her back when he was like, you know, hetero. He always looked out for me. So I guess I got lucky. Because I believe if it had been the other way around, Pat might. So what Pat started doing was, not only was he like taking people's sack, robbing them. What after about third bit, he comes home, he's starting to take the butt too. So he's doing all this crazy shit, and he ends up getting a monkey. If y'all don't know what the monkey is, that's AIDS, HIV. Well, back then there wasn't a whole lot of, you know, medicines that really helped. There wasn't no cure, nothing like that, man. So if you got it, you were pretty much given a death sentence. It ran rampant through the black communities. I grew up in those communities. That's where I'm from. And I'm going to tell you, it was sad to see people who were very, very, like women that were beautiful or dudes that were big, and they with them down to nothing within months. Eat them right up. It's really sad. You know, and if you think about it, everyone always debates on where things came from. What race started this? Who cares, man? All we know is it's here now, and we need to fix it. Just like cancer. You know, when I got diagnosed with cancer, I know deep down they have a cure for it. I know they do. There's no way they don't. You're sending people to the moon. You have a cure for cancer. You don't want to give it to them. Because if we get cured of cancer, the doctors are out of business. The pharmaceutical companies are out of business. So basically, you got to spend, once you're diagnosed, you spend the rest of your natural life just getting more and more organs taken out of you until finally you just succumb to it. Sorry. So, Pat's doing wild shit. He gets locked up. He's already got the monkey. Well, I guess he gets on his, like, aggressive shit where he's like, I don't even care about life. And he used to be kind of DL with it. Like, people would be like, didn't know, but you kind of knew, was never really talked about. And now he's just straight up doing it in front of people. He don't care. He's like, I have AIDS. I'm going to die. I'm going to take some people with me. But he didn't do it with a knife. He didn't do it with a gun. He did it with that, with the monkey. Which is really messed up, bro. You know, you go from being a 300-pound Hulk to literally a shell, a fossil of the motherfucker you used to be. It'll mess with your head. Trust me, I know. But old Pat, he prevailed, man. Stayed alive a very long time, actually. And the last I heard about Pat, he was down at the Fredericksburg train station. And he was getting his rob on. He was getting high. So every time he get high, someone's getting robbed. One way or another. And he actually got in trouble because he went to take his boy's money from him, a young white dude. He knocked him out. That was his thing. He knock you out and take your butt and your money. Dude was a savage. So he did that to this boy. Well, in the middle of it, some homeless man runs down on Pat. He's like, yo, Pat. Everyone knows him. He's like, yo, Pat, what the fuck are you doing, bro? He's like, don't worry about what I'm doing. You can get it next if you want it. I think that he had come to the terms with, like, he wasn't having, you know, what's up? Well, the homeless man calls the cops. Pat gets caught in the act still. Like, he's still, you know, kind of in the midst of doing this thing, man. And they lock him up. Give him like 10 years. He knows he ain't gonna make it 10 years. He got 10 years left. I hadn't seen Pat in a while. I got locked up on this last bid. This last 8 years I did. And I go into the pod, and there he is in a wheelchair. A wheelchair. This mammoth of a dude that I grew up knowing and terrified of was in a wheelchair. And do you know how many people, how many victims that dude had? It was a lot. And I'm going to be honest, they got to get back on Old Pat. Old Pat got, hit. Old Pat got smashed. Old Pat got kicked in his wheelchair. Old Pat got rolled down steps numerous times, but he can't walk. It's when the predator becomes the prey. It's going to happen to all of us. We're all going to get old. We're all going to get feeble, hopefully, God willing. If you continue to put yourself in a young man's jungle, which that's what prison is for real. It's a man's world, but it's a young man's jungle. It's a training ground for convicts, for criminals. It's to sustain the thought process of being institutionalized, that it's okay. It starts very young from school. They keep you in this schoolhouse for 8 hours a day as a child and then send you home. Here's more homework. They're training you and your kids. You don't even see it. You ever notice how all schools are built like prisons? If you look back in the 1970s and 80s, do you remember if anybody's been alive that long, do you remember how colorful things were? Remember the colors and the cars and the buildings and all the things? Look around now. Look how dark and dull and dim it is. They want us vibrating so low that we continuously just do repetitive NPC shit. Well, I'm awake. I don't know if you are, but I'm awake and I'm starting to see things for what it is. And Pat didn't get that opportunity because Pat fucked his karma up. You can fuck your karma up, dude, and go get some of it back. The universe will let you do that. But if you get to a certain point in your life and your age, and all you've done is grimy, horrible, savage shit to people, guess what? You're going to go out like that. So I suggest, if this is the path that you're on or want to go on, think about the longevity of your decision-making and the situation and say, well, is it really worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze on that? I don't know, man. Lord, oh Lord. Oh, Pat. I got to thinking. Maybe I'll start doing 2 stories a video every now and then, man. Because I got plenty of them left. I'd be like, I don't got no more stories, but I do. I'm just got so tired talking about prison. Well, guess what, dummy? You started a prison channel, so you got to talk about it. Anyway, we're going to talk about a dude named Money, right? Oh, Money. Sweet Money, right? That's what he's called, Sweet Money. Because Money was like a 50-something. He was old. He's been old as long as I've been alive and has been, he's an old convict. He was like 37 years or something. I believe he just came home. I think he's still alive, man, from what I hear. He's from the beach. Not a big dude, not an intimidating dude. He's one of them dudes that will finesse the Junies, right? You got different types of predators in the penitentiary, man. You got people who will, like Big Pat, who just take what they want. Then you got people like Money. And there's a couple reasons why they called him Money, right? He did get money. He got plenty of money. He was a hustler. But when you do this in prison, they call it getting money, right? And that's what he did. He's freaked out. He's just a freak. He's just gunning down the CO ladies and gunning all the time. We call him a gunner, young gunner, right? No MGK in this bitch. So young gunner Money was the type of individual that if you showed up on the compound and you were scared and you were young, especially if you was white, just saying, I know a lot of people who hate fry me in the comments for this, but I'm just keeping it real, man. It is what it is. If you didn't have a mustache, like if you couldn't grow facial hair, you was hit on Money. He was going to be at your top. For real. I was fortunate I could grow a mustache early. I didn't really have that much experience with being pushed up on as a youngster, man. Especially as an older dude, man. I was like, yeah, they didn't come me like that. But I did have that one video. You can go check it out, man. I'll try to remember to put the link in the description. Bolo, man. Bolo was a vicious dude, man. He almost got me. He almost beat me down. Luckily, man. Luckily, I stood on 10, man. Even though I got my ass whipped, man. The homies was there to help me out. Go check the video out. Anyway. Money, I was at Buckingham. There's a place called Buckingham, and Buckingham, Augusta, and Nottoway. They're all built the same, right? I've been to all of them. These are level 3, level 4 penitentiaries, man. These are prisons. You know what I'm saying? They're not camps. None of that. Money had been at Buckingham for like 10 years, man. He's a resident. He's an entity. He was a placement. You know what I mean? He's a piece of furniture in that bitch. So Money, you know, we get to talking when they at the chess table. I love playing chess. One of my favorite things to do. Money. I ain't gonna lie, he did kind of like try to, you know what I'm saying, push a little weight up on me, man. But I shut down pretty immediately. And by the time I knew Money, I'd already been locked up a while, and a couple times actually. I'd done 5, 6 years. Like, we're not going down that road. But I had a little stick man that showed up from my area. You know, at the time I was from Fredericksburg. Not a lot of people from Fredericksburg locked up, man. You have like Richmond, the 7 cities, North Virginia. Fredericksburg's kind of in the middle of everything. It's like, hi, I'm in Fredericksburg. It's really stupid and lame. I think there's like 4 people in Fredericksburg there at the time. You know, now it's kind of booming, and now there's a lot more crime, so a lot more people have flooded the penitentiaries. But back in the 90s, this was not the case. My little stick man shows up. He's like 19, 20 years old. I knew him from the land. I was like, hey, what's up, young? We did it, right? So I'm using some shoes. But Money's on him. I mean, that dude's, he was cheesing from ear to ear. I said, Money, come on, that's my people, man. Don't do that shit, that boy. But really, I was asking him. I wasn't telling him, because at this point in time, I didn't have no juice. You know what I mean? I have none of the things. All I could do was just ask. I did it like kind of like jokingly, but I was like, look at him like, come on, man, please, don't do that. Money didn't care. Your life sentence. Doesn't give a shit what I'm asking for. He's going to do what he's going to do. So I went to my homie and was like, look, man, this is unfortunate, and there's nothing that like you did. I said, but this dude, this gump is at your top. And he's looking to get them cheeks, man. So you're going to have to watch yourself, man. Don't be kicking it with him. He ain't strong enough to take this. He says, don't worry about that. He doesn't really sling that blade unless he has to. He's not, so don't worry about that. But don't become his friend, bro. He's not your friend. I promise you. What does my stick man do? He goes right on over there and tells him, like, the next yard almost, it felt like. He's walking laps and working out. Well, Money pulls up on him. By the end of that walk, man, he done told Money that I approached him and I told him that, and I need to look out for him and all this shit, man. I was like, lame ass, man. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, Money pulls up on me, strong. Real strong. I was like, Money's from the beach, man. He's got a lot of back. One-on-one, I'll punish him. No chance, one-on-one. Dude's built like a French fry. You know, at this time, I'm young. I'm big as mother, but I don't have enough back. I got nobody having my back. He's got 400 people with him. He pulls up on me. He's like, look, L, we've been cool up to this point, man. He's like, I would like to remain that way. Don't ever put your nose in my business again. And I was like, all right, cool, right? So I'm like, look, that's my fault, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're right. You're right. So I approached my stick man. I was like, hey, man. And part of me wanted to just, but I said, hey, man, I was wrong for that earlier. Because now I want something to happen to you. I do. I want this guy to finesse you right out your panties and he be walking around this bitch in a net bag like a miniskirt. Since you want to go do that. I say, man, that's my bad, dude. I shouldn't have been like that. And you know what? It's not my business. And you can talk to whoever you want to talk to, bro. You know what I'm saying? Pound, ice stick. You need anything, holler at me. I left it alone. A couple months go by. He slides into his bed. You know, he's doing his little thing. He's been locked up a minute now. So he's a youngster, but he's okay. Well, on the low, he's like hanging out with Money. They're doing deals. Like, they're exchanging, like, info. I said, what are y'all dating? I was like, what the fuck is this shit, dog? So the day I knew that this shit was getting ready to get crazy was when the sergeant comes in. He's like, and he always does, like, people request to, like, get put in cells with each other, this, that, and third, right? He calls him to, and they get put in the cell together. I looked at Money like, you, right? Because I didn't care. Good. Fuck him. You know, he shouldn't have acted like that. I was trying to hold you down, dog. I was trying to be a real one, man. You act like a little bitch, so now you're going to be one. And he's showing up, dude. It didn't take very long the way it starts is this. He's gonna try to finesse you, finesse. If he can't get in that way, and if he's physically stronger than you, he will start dotting your eyes up, man. That's what he was doing. The homie would come out with like a black eye every now and then. And I was like, you should have listened to me, dog. You just talk to him and self-talk. I said, you should have listened to me. Because he kept coming over and he kept coming around us. I'm like, yo, bounce, bro. Spin off. Go eat with your people, dog. Don't come over here. We've been down that road. That time has come and gone, bro. You're not getting a second chance. I don't care if you're green or nothing. I came to you like a man. I told you what it was, and you shit on me. Almost got me stabbed. So, go on, give him cheeks up, dog. You know? And I think that once he had like made the rounds and figured out that nobody was going to help him, that's what he did. Money's patient. Patience. Big Pat, not so patient. Instant gratification is what he wanted. But Money had a life sentence. He's never going home. This is what it is. He's bidding off this shit. He gets off on it. It's like the thrill of the hunt. Oh, man, these dudes are funny, man. Anyway, that's the story about Money, man. And within a very, I mean, just because I don't want to like go into detail with it, but just know that when that boy came home, he's no longer heterosexual. He's not. He's bi. What the fuck that means? So, you know, it is what it is. Oh my gosh. Damn, you guys are lucky, man. We got 2 for 1 in today, man. Shout out to the Gladiator game. Much love to everybody. And I do appreciate all the kind words and support you guys have given me. For yo that don't know, I just came home from a surgery where I was diagnosed with stage 2 bladder cancer a year ago, and I've been going through all the chemos and things this year, and I just got the neobladder cystectomy treatment thing where they take out prostate, bladder, all that stuff, and they reconstructed me one out of my intestines. And so now I get this nice bag, which is so fun, just to hang, you know, and just chill. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a walker. I've taught myself. So hear me out, though. Check this out. When I first came home, I came home now, what, a week? It's been a week and a half since my surgery, dude. That's when I went and got all this done. When I woke up out of surgery, 11-hour surgery, lost 2 pints of blood, almost died. I couldn't walk. I've had to retrain myself to walk. I am up walking now. I'm walking the dog. Yesterday, I've been going through a lot of pain for the last couple of days. That's why I didn't make a video. I was going through a lot of pain. I was like, what is going on? Because it's all down here. I'm like, oh, this is the worst spot it could ever happen, right? So it's just getting progressively worse, man. Progressively worse. And I'm telling you, bro, it's no bullshit. You had I have a catheter, right? Obviously, because when they drain, well, I had 2 stents coming from my kidneys. By moving and pulling all the things, they pulled out of my kidneys and were coming through bro. So I had to pull them things out. They were twisted together so they with hooks on me. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. I'm gonna post a picture of it. Y'all can see it. That's what I pulled out. You know, they sent me home with no pain medicine, man. I've been taking Tylenol. Good. I want to remember this. There's a lot of people that get in my comment box and they talk a lot of shit. I let it go for the most part. I really put myself out there and I deserve to get the lash back on it. But there's certain things that you as a human being, fuck YouTube and everything else, but you as a human being shouldn't say. And that's who I think about when I'm going through that much pain. You guys, the ones that talk shit. So just know that I'm beating this thing. I'm doing it with nothing. I'm doing it because I want to prove you wrong. And maybe show you that you shouldn't be like that. Who the fuck are you? That being said, I'm going to be laid up for another month. So I'm going to try to make as many videos as I can. I am going to link all my Cash App and PayPal, and I don't care what people say, because everybody does it. I actually need it. Because we're struggling. We got bills just like you got bills, man. You know, so regardless of whether that pans out or not, we'll make it. We'll figure it out. You know, I've been able to hang out with Bryce a little bit more, and that's been nice, you know. It's been real nice. Music, we're doing a lot of new music. I cannot wait for y'all to hear some. I'm going to actually drop a song today, man. I'm going to drop Daddy Was an Outlaw today, I think. A lot of people be like waiting on it, man. I'll be like, oh, I'm just going to make the album, man. I'm just going to drop the shit. I don't even care no more. No one's going to make an album for me. I can't afford it. So it is what it is. I make my own album. Every music that you hear I do comes on this phone. That's where I make it. Right there on this phone. And a little podcasting studio thing I got from Tina, my girlfriend, got for me. She's a nice lady. I love you, baby. Thank you. Much love to Daddy Eddie Gang. Salute to all the A1s from day one. And as always, you stand up 10 toes. Beautiful motherfuckers, man. Stay up. Stay out. Stay positive. And stay sucker free, baby. Let's go.